What did you think to the face of Bo? He reveals that he's going to tell the Doctor his secret. Now, we won't go into what the actual secret is because that's quite far ahead. I don't know if I generally thought about it that much as a kid when I watched this episode, what that secret was going to be.
I mean, it's interesting that Russell was kind of planting that seed like over a whole series before answering it. It makes you wonder, is that just like kind of when Russell wrote that, did he have the plan, like the whole plan to the end of series 3, like panned out in his head? Or was it just kind of something where it's like, I'm going to return to this. I don't know what it's going to be or how, but I'm going to use this.
I mean, Russell's like the top. I know, like, I've often been thinking, like, oh, who would be super cool to get on the podcast? And obviously, Chris and David and Matt, Peter and Jodie and everyone. But more than that, I'd really, really love to like have Russell on, Phil Collinson, the producer, Julie Gardner, the executive producer, because they've got all the behind the scenes stories, all these questions that fans end up asking. It's like, why this? Why that? Why is it revealed like this? You could ask these questions and you would get your answers.
Humans are better in one respect. You are better at subscribing. Seek, locate, subscribe.
Everybody fancies the 10th Doctor. That's where this starts, isn't it? That grand old tradition in Doctor Who of everybody fancies the 10th Doctor. That starts in this episode.
He's still got it. He's still got it.
There were certain things in the episode where I thought, if I was watching this for the first time, maybe I wouldn't be such a fan of the Doctor. Because he gets angry very quickly. Everybody loves him. He has sort of like God complex sort of issue going on.
Doesn't the face of Bo describe him as like the wandering God?
I think the wandering lonely God or something like that, yeah.
Which is interesting because to me, the Doctor is a God idea is something that I, in my mind, always associated with the Stephen Moffat era, because Moffat very much uses the idea that the Doctor is like a godlike figure.
Yeah.
But now it's something that has kind of been around since even Tennant.
Yeah. One thing that stood out to me in this episode with a similarity to Rose was that when we spoke about Rose all that long time ago, I mentioned Plastic Mickey and I said, how come nobody notices? And I sort of feel like you also have to apply that same logic to Rose talking with a posh accent.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like obviously there's a point where David like asks what they did to Rose. So maybe it's a thing of like that whole time, like the Doctor kind of has an inkling, but he can't quite put his finger on it.
Yeah, it's like something's not right here.
I'd like to talk about Cassandra when taking over the bodies of both Rose and Ten, because for me that is the highlight of this episode.
I mean, he only says it once in his run as Doctor Who, but the line, "Oh baby, I'm beating out a Samba," is an iconic 10th Doctor line.
I mean, I don't know how to work through because there's so much to say. Like, both actors are clearly like, again, just having so much fun just playing Cassandra.
Yeah. David plays a really camp male super well. Have you seen him in the Catherine Tate Christmas special where he plays like the ghost of Christmas Future? And he comes out, and he comes out to like the Ghostbusters theme tune, and he's like this ultra goth with almost like Russell Brand-esque stylistic choices, and he's like talking about it's so funny. You should definitely go check that out.